Dr. Adam Rubinstein is an award winning board certified plastic surgeon, well regarded for his outstanding work and cutting edge, non invasive, and surgical plastic surgery procedures for women and men. Dr. Rubinstein joins us now with tips and information to guide us and the public about the ever growing topic of plastic surgery. Thanks so much for being on the show, Doctor.
It's my pleasure. Thanks a lot for having me.
So, Doctor, we can't scroll through social media without seeing the ubiquity that is plastic surgery today. Why do you think these procedures have become so popular?
Well, I suppose everybody wants to look and feel their best. And, with social media, it's become so mainstream. Everybody is talking about different procedures, what's hot, what's not, and also talking about things that have gone wrong and problems that people have had. So it's just become front and center. So everyone's aware of it. It's more accessible than ever before, and it's popular.
And it seems like no matter where you turn, you're seeing different types of stories, some positive, some negative. All plastic surgery and surgeons, for that matter, are not created equal. So tell me about your practice and your voice as a patient advocate.
I think it's important as a board certified plastic surgeon myself to be outspoken and try and educate people because it's not easy to know what the best choice might be. It's not easy to know what is a real plastic surgeon, because especially now as we're talking with social media, everybody stands up and calls himself a cosmetic surgeon or even a plastic surgeon, and not everybody who takes these names is properly trained and board certified and really qualified to do this kind of stuff. It's one of the reasons we see so many problems in having certain procedures done. So, my role, I think, besides just taking care of my patients, is to try and educate people in general. I think I'd like to see everyone have all the information they need to make their best choices, and that's one of the big things that I try and do. Real transparency in the world of plastic surgery.
And I don't want to scare everybody, but I know that some bad things can happen when you choose the wrong doctor or you choose the wrong facility to go to. What have you seen go wrong if you don't pay attention to these fundamentals?
Well, I've seen way too much, frankly. But I mean, the typical things are infections and bleeding, and I mean, all the way up to very serious things that can be life-threatening and cause death. And we've seen that in South Florida. We have way too many of those popping up in the news. Uh, I was on the Lifetime show My Killer Body, hosted by Kay Michelle, and that whole show was dedicated to people that had really lousy outcomes and big problems that changed their life from cosmetic surgery. And I had the privilege to try and help a few of them and get them to a better place. I mean, it's such a big problem. We've got TV shows dedicated to it.
For those people that haven't visited your social media yet, tell us about those and what you set out to accomplish with them.
Well, with everything that I do, I'm trying to just try to let people know the information they need to. Like interviews like this are great, getting the word out. And so thank you for that. Social media, like in my IG at Plastic Surgery Truths, or my main one at Dr. Rubinstein. A lot of times I try and do these things with a little bit of humor because I think it's more palatable. It's easy to kind of take in if we try and make something funny. And these are not very funny topics. I mean, it's serious stuff, but the way that we make fun of it, people get the idea. Things like there was drive-through Botox going on during the pandemic. I mean, really? I mean, I'm serious. This sounds like something that you'd see on a bad episode of a comedy, And
Yeah, it really does.
doesn't it? And it raises the issue in a fun way, just to make people think and really understand, hey, this is not fluff. This is not, it's not just lipo. It's not just, a breast augmentation. These are important things. It's not all the same.
This was such a fascinating conversation. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks so much for having me. I hope someone's learned something.
Well, stay with us because if you loved this segment, you're going to love what's up next. We'll be right back.